Parasites.
Parasites are ubiquitous. They're all over the planet. Everybody has parasites. The reason they're called parasites is because they successfully avoid being detected and killed. They're successful. So you're not going to find them. They don't hang out in our stool. They don't hang out in our colons. They might show, an adult form might show up there, or you got some pinworms, they might show up there. But for the most part, in order for them to survive in the long term, they have to burrow deep into your tissue. So they'll burrow into the colon, the lining of the colon, the bladder, lining of the bladder, ovaries, fallopian tubes, uterus, spleen, liver, and then lungs, brain. Problem is, they're not diagnosed. You can go into the hospital and give them your stool, give them 5 stool tests, and they won't find any because they're all sitting in the lining and deep in the tissues. They're not hanging out there because they need to have their larvae and eggs. They need to have a nice place for them to live, a nest. And that's where they nest. They don't nest in your stool. So they're not easy to find.
Just saying that word makes people super uncomfortable, which is wild to me because parasites are 100% a real issue. But in the United States, as soon as you bring it up, people are acting as if you're standing barefoot in the middle of a forest with a tinfoil hat on. Meanwhile, in other countries, parasite cleansing is not this taboo subject. It's a part of a conversation. It's a part of health maintenance. But here we only pretend that parasites happen to people who are in third world countries or documentaries that we watch. And I hate to break it to you, that's kind of delusional thinking. Parasites literally don't care if you are carnivore, vegan, shop at Whole Foods, buy organic, or drink those green drinks from Wildflower. They'll jump into a Woonsocket rocket just as fast as they'll jump into a yoga instructor from Barrington. Demographics don't matter. You can get them from food, water, sushi, undercooked meat, soil, pets. Pets are a big one. Don't ever let that little lick my face. That is where I have my boundaries. Honestly, just being human on planet Earth, you can get parasites anywhere.
What are some of the most common symptoms of having a parasite?
Grinding the teeth is a big one.
Oh.
And that's so unexpected that people just think they have TMJ. But really, you're grinding your teeth because your lymphatic system and your nervous system is totally off balance and your body's trying to tell you something. Then usually an IBS, some sort of gut issues is a big one, just because they live in the gut, but they don't just live in the gut. They live in our blood, our tissue, and our muscle. They can burrow in. They can live in the cells. Skin issues is a huge one.
If you're grinding your teeth at night, that's not stress. That's literally parasites getting rowdy in your gut while you sleep. If you're bloated after everything, even water, making gas, guys. Inflammation and enzyme chaos. You're craving sugar like it's oxygen, they're manipulating your brain to feed them. Mood swings that don't match your day. Parasites can create neurotoxins and alter your brain chemistry. And if you're waking up at 3 a.m. every night, well, that's your liver time and it's overwhelmed.
And the part that nobody talks about is that parasite cleansing is not easy. I wish there was a one-size-fits-all parasite cleanse for everybody, but unfortunately there is not. There are hundreds of different parasite cleanses. There's different life cycles, protocols, herbs, binders, timing. Some protocols are 30 days. Some protocols are 3 weeks on, 1 week off. Some protocols are 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. It's insanity. Some focus on adults, some target eggs. And if you don't support the detox pathways or use binders properly, you can feel like absolute garbage because there is this process called Herxheimer effect. It's essentially the die-off process. Shitload of toxins in your body at once. Binders can really help with this. I have personally done a handful of parasite cleanses. I've experimented with things like clove, wormwood, grapeseed oil, Paragard, yes, even ivermectin. And I'm going to be ridiculously candid. I have seen things come out of my body I wish I can unsee, including like a 12-inch tapeworm-looking critter that was semi-traumatic and not expected at all. So did I know exactly what parasite I had? No. Did I have to experiment? Yes. Did my stomach feel better after I did these cleanses? Yeah. Because the problem being is that a lot of these don't show up in stool samples.
Nobody wants to go and do a rectal exam on a patient, take a stool sample, look it under a microscope. That is a dying field. The old school parasitologists, that's what they used to do. Now, you get a stool sample and you send it and it goes to a lab. That missed almost everything. We would send them to old school parasitology in New York. They would come back with whipworm, roundworm, liver fluke.
So this topic is way more complicated than take black walnut and call me in the morning. So consider this video me kind of dipping my toes into the parasite swamp. Because whether people want to admit it or not, parasites should be a part of the health conversation. We all have parasites. Sorry to break it to you. And maybe instead of acting like people are crazy when they talk about parasites, we should be asking why the hell is nobody really talking about it? And depending on how this video takes, I can do a series of the different protocols that I've tried. What I took, how often I took it, what binders I used, how long I cleansed, what came out, what I learned, and what I would never do again. Because every commercial is plagued with Ozempic, Prozac, erectile dysfunction, colonoscopies, mammograms. But God forbid somebody make a commercial about parasites. You're so crazy. Why are we so shy about parasites? Because if we're being honest, the body keeps receipts. And sometimes those receipts have tails.
A woman started acting strangely, and initially surgeons thought that she had a brain tumor. But when they opened her up, a surprising find. Eyewitness News reporter Joe Torres spoke to her about the bizarre diagnosis.
When neurosurgeons opened up Rachel Palma's skull, they fully expected to find a marble-sized malignant brain tumor. Instead, they found a parasite.
Okay, couple important things here, guys. Antibiotics are not going to kill this brain parasite, number one. Number two, parasites are not only overseas. They're all over America. They're not just in third world countries. Parasite eggs are everywhere, on door handles, on toilet seats. They're on grocery carts. 9 out of 10 of my clients will release physical, visible worms when doing a thorough parasite cleanse. I myself have released hundreds of worms worms throughout my years of cleansing. If you're serious about your mental health, your physical health, you gotta understand how to get rid of these buggers. Number one, check out fenbendazole and ivermectin. Do your own research. I'm not a doctor. Wildly powerful at paralyzing and starving parasites. We also have castor oil cleanses. 2 tablespoons in 4 ounces of warm lemon water first thing in the morning. Very powerful for killing intestinal parasites. You can do it once a month just like a lot of Indians do. It is an ancient Indian tradition to help deworm children and adults. Very potent. We also have mimosa pudica seed. Very powerful at suffocating the worms. Liposomal biocidin, which will cross the blood-brain barrier and help with parasites in the brain and the intestines. And last but not least, the atom bomb for parasites, BioPure 10-in-1. 10 different ozonated essential oils. We've been using this for many years in the Detox Dudes. You can either take it rectally via suppository, you can take it orally, you can put it on your skin. Extremely smelly, extremely powerful. I'm not a doctor. Talk to your doctor about this stuff, but if you're serious about your health, if you're having issues, if you are not lucid and clear, you gotta start learning about parasites.